AI is going to take over the world. Photography as we know it will no longer exist, and creative pursuits will no longer be the domain of man or woman. Now, they are horrendously scary statements to make, but are they true? I know this video is going to be a little bit different from other videos, but I really think it's such an important topic. I wanted to give you my 2 cents, and I'm really intrigued to find out what your thoughts are. Is AI going to ruin what you do? Do you try and incorporate it into your workflow, or is it a complete no-go? And if you touch AI, you're just propagating the problem. Propagating? Is propagating a word? So I don't know if you agree with me, but there's certainly prevalent topics in discussion today, especially when it comes to photography. Are those statements true? And does AI actually mean the end of what we know as normal photography? So the main reason I want to talk about it is I'm first and foremost a photographer, but I've got a YouTube channel as well, and I thoroughly enjoy that whole pursuit. But nothing beats that buzz when you wake up in the morning, you've checked the weather forecast, you head out with your camera, you drive hours, and then you spend even more hours trying to climb a mountain, and you're standing at the top looking at a beautiful sunrise. You take the image and you come home, and then you realise somebody could have done all of that without getting out of bed. Is that fair? So how do you make sure that your images stand out from those AI ones that we've all seen? Because with the advancement of technology, AI is not getting worse. It's getting better at an alarming rate, and now it's becoming even more difficult to work out what's fake and what's not. So it is fair to say I'm as worried about AI as you are. But I think before we start to look at what the future of AI might be, let's cast our minds back and have a look at the past. Because in my mind, artificial intelligence is a very confusing term. When you take the words themselves, artificial intelligence, we've had that for years. You could argue that a calculator has artificial intelligence. You don't know how to do the sum, you put in the data, you hit the button, and it gives you the answer. And that's how ChatGPT delivers the results to you, or any other software that you're tending to be using. But let's look specifically at photography. When you go back to the very early days of photography, we started with pinhole cameras, we then started to adapt and we had film cameras, and then we moved on to digital cameras, mirrorless, DSLRs. And technology has advanced through that time. And again, there could be an argument made that artificial intelligence has been involved in that process. Because when you think about it, when you take your image, you take it home to the computer and you put it into Lightroom, all you have to do is change a couple of sliders and you've turned a photograph from night into day. Now I also think it's important to say that I do believe AI has its uses, and I do use it. I use AI to help me with the design of my thumbnails. I use it to format documents. I might use it to type up minutes from a meeting. So it does definitely have its uses for me. But the thing about AI that I think is worrying us all is that in the past, technology has only served to make tasks easier. So if it was machinery, then you might build a machine that puts things in a bag faster than a human can. Or you might have a machine that can dig twice as fast as a human can. But what we've got now is, instead of helping us do our tasks, AI is threatening to replace us, the photographer, the musician and the artist. And that is a very scary thought. I was actually blown away. I think it was a couple of weeks ago, somebody let me hear some AI generated music from a well-known band. And the prompt was basically to say, create an album from this band if they were still in existence. And when you listen through each of the tracks, it was shamefully accurate. And you felt there was a sense of guilt from watching that or listening to that. So that's one of the reasons why I've made this video. As somebody that used to be in a band and that is now a photographer, I really feel threatened by AI. But here's the thing, you don't need to be. Because there's one thing that AI can't do, and that's replicate you. As I sit here at 51 years old, I realise that all the experiences I've had in my life make me who I am. All the joy, all the tragedy, all the highs, the lows, the stresses, the fun, the jokes, all of that has built my personality. And that also frames how I see the world. And unless you spend an inordinate amount of time trying to program that into AI, you're never going to replicate me. And I think that is where we manage to differentiate ourselves. And one bit of advice I would give you is, if you're taking photographs, you're trying to put them up on Instagram and you want folk to see them And you want them to know that you actually made an effort to get out your bed, to go up that mountain or go wherever it was that you went. Then try and do some behind the scenes work. What you'll see on my Instagram page now is I'm starting to do behind the scenes photographs. So I talk about where I went, I take some photographs of how I've set things up, and then I'll talk to the camera if I'm making a YouTube video about how I'm waiting for the sun to go down, and you get to share that moment with me. And then ultimately at the end of all that process, I hit the shutter button, I take the photograph, and then I share it with you. So it's not only an image that you've seen, there's a story, a personality, hopefully, that has taken your hand through that whole process and brought you to the point of showing you the output of the day's work. And that's what you need to do. Bring your personality to your work. Start thinking about behind the scenes. Start thinking about what you can do to make sure that AI can't replace you. Because if it's just a photograph, in 6 months, 12 months, 2 years' time, I don't think anybody's going to be able to tell the difference. And it's only going to get worse from there on in. But my statement stands. I still think in 2 years' time, AI won't be able to replicate who I am or what I think and how I perceive things. So as I said, it's a slightly different video this week, but I really wanted to chime in and put my thoughts across, just in case it resonates with anybody out there. And I'm open to hearing a completely different point of view, because I love to learn from you guys. But am I scared of AI? I'm not scared. I am cautious of it. I think if we embrace technology as we have done for decades and decades and hundreds of years, we will learn to deal with this and we will cope. And we will still have our voices that make us uniquely us. So as I look into the future, I'm still excited to make YouTube videos. I'm excited to get new cameras, buy gear, talk to you about that. The one thing AI is lacking is soul, and that's what you've got. So make sure you pour as much of that into your work, into your effort, and into the stories that you tell. Because if you do that, then AI doesn't have a chance to replicate you, because you're unique and you're awesome. So guys, thanks for watching, and thanks for everybody that's been following the channel over the last couple of weeks, liking and subscribing. It's just been mind-blowing. The channel seems to be taking off a little bit just now, and that's all down to you guys. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.